Hello, Yakri here with another Warframe video. This time I want to talk about the Warframe Devstream 111 and just do like kind of a quick recap. If you notice, there are some items that were in the Devstream that are not in my recap. That's because I try and stick to the more significant changes and gloss over the other stuff. Let's just jump into it. So there's cool dojo stuff and cosmetics. The Nidus Deluxe skin looks amazing. We're getting custom obstacle courses in the dojo, which look pretty cool. I'm excited to see what my clanmates come up with myself. And then the melee rework was like probably the biggest thing. No, definitely like the one big thing in this dev stream. And I'm going to talk about, I'm going to go over the melee rework dev workshop in another video. But so there are a bunch of big changes here, and probably the biggest one for me personally is animation canceling. Warframe has some really long, painfully long melee animations that are really cool, but they can kind of trap you in the situation where you're just stuck for another like half a second, a full second, when you don't want to be attacking anymore. And it can get you killed, as well as just slow you down and be annoying, and it makes melee feel very clunky that there's not this kind of like animation cancel to get out of it. So that's really cool. I'm very excited about that. The melee combo multiplier is being changed. So melee, it's just not going to be a combo multiplier the way we see it now. You'll have combo multiplier. You'll gain it by hitting enemies and possibly by blocking or something. And it's going to charge heavy attacks. I'm not a fan of it charging heavy attacks, but at the same time, I don't mind that they're kind of getting rid of the normal combo multiplier. Instead, they're increasing the base damage of melee weapons. And I think it's kind of like a move towards making melee damage a little more reliable and stopping it from scaling wildly out of control as it does now. So I'm mostly okay with that. I kind of wish heavy attacks worked a little differently in Warframe, but that's probably a discussion for another time. The combo controls are being homogenized. What that means is that, you know, if one combo is like attack, attack, pause, attack, attack, like if they decide that that's what they want combo 1 to be, that's what combo 1 for all stances in the game will be: attack, attack, pause, attack, 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 or whatever, right? I really hope that they do something a little bit more complicated with their combos than exists right now, if they're going to do that, so that maybe we only have to learn 4 combos, but they're a little more complex. But we'll have to wait and see. So channeling and blocking, the controls are swapped. Channeling is maybe going away or being de-emphasized. It's not really clear what they're going to do with that, but they want to take a lot of the benefits to channeling and put them on blocking and just make them normal aspects of blocking. Blocking is going up to 100% damage blocked, and I guess it's going to be playing a bigger role. Now, I don't want to do too much commentary in this video, but I don't really agree with that change. Exactly, channeling isn't that important. People don't care about it. People also don't care about blocking for good reason. Even with 100% damage block, it's of limited value, and yeah, it's weird. It doesn't fit the game very well. But anyway, more melee-based damage. I already mentioned that. Melee ranged mods are being heavily nerfed in several ways. So the first thing that's coming through is that melee will no longer be able to hit through walls. That is definitely coming next week, as long as there's no, delays. So you won't be able to hit things through walls. You won't be able to hit things through objects. Presumably that means like wall-like things. So this is a good change, honestly. I don't think I'm gonna mind too much. Some people may complain, but frankly, the range you can get with Rivens on one of the longer range polearms or a whip plus primed reach, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely insane, and it kind of trivializes game content, and it trivializes something that's, I think this is particularly important. It's not just the damage, it trivializes utility weapons. And so it really needs to go. And they are also nerfing base range mods. They're nerfing the amount of range you're going to get from Rivens. They're nerfing the amount of range on primed reach. So there's no clear mention of how that's going to work. They're going to buff melee weapon base ranges-ish, asterisk. I think they're making them fit the weapon models, but it's going to be a buff for many weapons, maybe. We'll have to see how that actually turns out. But it should be overall a decrease to the range of all melee weapons because of how they're scaling mods. So, yeah. I'm actually looking forward to that, and I'll talk about it more in the actual video on the dev workshop. So, Cora is getting some minor buffs and fixes. Ensnare completely doesn't work, which is what I found in the videos I made on her, and a lot of people noticed that is a little bit obvious. But they fixed the bug with it pretty quickly. Well, I guess not that quickly. It must have been kind of irritating, a bit of an annoying bug. But anyway, it's getting fixed now. The next Warframe patch that's coming around should have that fix in it. Ensnare will actually work. Ensnare was also glitching out and not targeting enemies that it should have been targeting. So now that's fixed. It's going to target enemies when it should target them, meaning when they are in line of sight. And so that's nice. Well, that's the other thing. Oh, Venari now teleports to enemies instead of pathing to them, which makes her little like command attack thing a lot more useful. I could actually, like, in a very high level mission, because she does do high damage, it's just very slow. So in a mission where I'm facing level 130 plus enemies, I could actually see maybe commanding her to attack a far distant bombard. If there's not too much of a range limitation on the teleport, it could be kind of a long range, you know, go assassinate that guy ability, which is probably useful on like ancient healers and bombards, depending on the weapons you take. If you have a sniper rifle, obviously it's not that useful, but maybe you're using the Ignis Wraith and you don't have a good long range weapon and you make up for it with Venari. It's not great, but you know, it's definitely a usability improvement. Whipclaw also scales with melee range mods, so it can go up to 10 meters radius. The like blast at the end, I believe, is what they were referring to. I hope so. Overall, Venari's still not very good. Don't think it fixes some of the core problems with her. However, they're good changes. So, you know, I can give them that. UI teasers. I'm not going to show the UI teasers here. Go look them up for yourself. But they are amazing, and I'm incredibly looking forward to the new UI. It looks fantastic, and I don't know, it's just very artistically and technically impressive. So, I don't know. I think it's the kind of thing I nerd out about. And that's it. That's what was in the dev stream. Pretty much just melee rework. Melee rework is coming. I'm gonna do a video on the melee workshop. It's not gonna be abbreviated, more of just going into the changes and whether or not I think they're gonna be good. I'll give you a little TLDR. I think they're mostly good. There's some weird things, like the blocking thing is a bit odd. There's probably some other areas where you could complain a little bit, but melee was a mess and out of hand. And irritating to use, especially when not cheesing it with slide attacks. So I personally am really looking forward to it and probably will start using melee a lot more when the changes come out, even if it ends up being a significant nerf to melee weapons. So anyway, thank you all for watching. If you like this kind of content, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Really appreciate it. And that's all. Yakri out.